It's
so
3
she
a.m.
endured.
Go back to sleep, Adeze.
Kofi, meanwhile,
Please, talk to
was
me.
changing,
There's nothing to
not
say.
loudly. Men like Kofi never announced their transformation. It happened in the small hours, in the deals he began, brokering with his father-in-law's contracts. In the confidence that grows when a man realizes that the world sees him not as he is, but as the company he keeps. He listened, he studied, he saved quietly, separately, in an account Adeze did not know existed. There was nothing wrong with ambition. Adeze had always known she married an ambitious man. She celebrated every promotion, every contract, every small victory. She cooked his favorite egusi soup. She wore the dress he liked. She told him that God had made him great. She was his praise song, his anchor, his shadow, standing behind the spotlight. She did not see that a man who has been in the dark long enough begins to resent even the person who held the light.
He used to reach for my hands in the dark.
He used to reach for my hands in the dark. I did not notice when he stopped. That is the cruelest thing about a dying love. It learns to die quietly. The axe forgets, but the tree remembers. The construction company Kofi registered in his own name, Mensa and Associates, won a federal government
Kofi.
contract
We're all very proud.
in its second year of operation. It was the kind of number that rearranges a man's relationship with the world. Overnight, Kofi stopped being Chief Okonkwo's son-in-law and became simply
Good afternoon. I am Kofi,
Mensa,
CEO of this textile company.
a name now spoken in boardrooms with the careful reference reserved for a self-made man.
Mr. Kofi,
He bought a new
congratulations. Here are
car
your keys.
without telling Adeze, then new clothes, then a phone number she did not recognize began appearing on his second phone. He moved through the house differently, less grateful, more proprietary, like a man reviewing the terms of an old lease he no longer needed. Adeze felt the shift, the way women feel these things, not in evidence, but in temperature. The warmth had gone out of something, and she did not yet understand why. She told herself it was stress. She told herself it was the pressure of success. She prayed about it and told no one, because in her family, silence about a marriage was its own form of faithfulness. She held on the way her grandmother had taught her, with both hands and no complaints. He did not argue. He did not raise his voice. He placed the envelope on the dining table one Thursday morning, the same table where Adeze served him pepper soup when he had malaria, where Emeka first said, "Daddy," where the twins drew on the tablecloth with red crayon, and he had laughed. He placed the envelope there and said, "I need you to sign this.
Sign the divorce
My
papers.
lawyer will be in touch." Adeze looked at the envelope for a long time. She looked at him. She searched his face for the man she had danced with on that Saturday that smelled of fried plantain, and found instead a stranger who had been living in his skin for years without her permission. She did not cry in front of him. She had her mother's dignity in her bones. He left before the children came home from school. He left the house
Kofi,
her
please
father
don't
had
go.
given them.
I have to, that is.
He left the furniture she had chosen, the curtains she had sewn at the seams, the garden she had planted with her own hands. He took his suit and his new money and his appetite for a life that did not remind him of the man he used to be, the man who needed her. He did not leave because he stopped loving me. He left because he had finally stopped needing me. And I had never understood that there was a difference. 3 children, 8 years, 1 borrowed confidence turned into arrogance by a man who forgot or chose to forget, who held the ladder while he climbed. The court gave Adeze the house and minimal child support.
This court grants the divorce.
Less than
No.
she deserved, more than he wanted to give her. Her father, the old chief, sat in his office and said nothing for 3 hours. After she told him, then he said, "A man who borrows your fire to warm himself and then walks away when the sun comes, that fire was always yours. Remember that." She raised the children alone. Emeka inherited his grandfather's stubbornness and his mother's grace. The twins grew into women who understood from childhood that love without dignity was not love at all, but debt. Adeze went back to work at the textile company, quietly, without fanfare, and over the years built a wing
Story,
of
Mommy.
it
Yes, that's
entirely
perfect
her
for the
own.
report. The numbers are looking good.
Years later, Adeze was asked at a women's conference in Abuja, where she had been invited to speak, whether she regretted it, whether she regretted Kofi, the marriage, the years she had given to a man who saw her as a season rather than a life. She paused for a long time, the way a woman pauses when the answer lives somewhere beneath language. Then she said, "I do not regret loving him. I was made to love fully. I regret that I taught my children to watch me disappear and call it strength. That I confused endurance with devotion. That I was so busy being faithful to the marriage that I forgot to be faithful to myself." She said, "He was the man I loved, but I am the woman I became, and she is worth far more." The audience was quiet. Then one woman in the 3rd row, wearing the kind of tired that belongs to those still inside a story like Adeze's, began to clap. Then another. Then the whole room rose, not for a speech, but for a truth. Kofi Mensah's company folded in his 20th year,
Kofi, this partnership is
undone by
terminated.
contracts he did not honor and partnerships he could not maintain. It was not karma, it was simply the arithmetic of a man who had always subtracted from others and never learned to add. He reached out to his children.
Please, my son, answer.
Emeka did not
I
reply.
can't do this now.
The twins
Dad,
replied
it's
once,
late.
Please
briefly,
don't ignore me.
and not
Hello,
again.
Dad.
Some doors, once closed by the one who was wronged, simply do not open again. not out of bitterness, but out of peace. She did not waste the love she gave him. It taught her what she would never again accept, and that is worth more than any inheritance.